Gayle. Let's make some cute little boxes out of Christmas cards. Or you can use any kind of holiday card that you would want to, birthday, thank you, what, really, any kind of card that you want. You're looking at the design. So I want to thank you all for coming to my channel. Hi, my name is Gayle. Do give me a like on the video when you get to that point. Let me turn this extra whatever it is off. Get the Joy's autoplay over here. Oh, good grief. Quit it. Okay. Sorry about that, you all. We are going to make these cute little gift boxes out of cards. Just something cute, fun, and unique. Spider-Man the hero is in. Hi, Spider-Man. Hey. I saw your comment last night. Yes, indeedy, I was indeed live. That was a live stream, not a premiere where you're doing a recording there. So this is how the gift boxes are going to look, and they're super cheap. They're fast. They're easy. And when you make a gift box out of a card, you don't have to wrap it. Now, you can certainly wrap it if you want to. Nobody's going to stop you from wrapping it. But if you just want to put a couple of pieces of tape on it, you are good to go. A little bow, a sticker, you know, you're all set. So the price difference in the white gift boxes that I showed you the other day, those are $1 plus each a lot of the times. At least the ones that I have found have been running that. The cards have been a lot cheaper. I got 28 inexpensive Christmas cards for a whole whopping $3. So you can do the math on that one. If you're doing some really cheap Christmas gifts, some inexpensive DIY projects for the holidays, you may not want to spend $1 plus on a gift box, and this may be a great alternative. Now, Peter Parker is saying it's just a few days until Christmas. Closer all the time. All the time. Oh, it's getting so close. It just seems like we celebrated this almost a year ago. Just kidding. And I'm going to wear my little dilly bobbers that I broke the other day on that ill-fated live streams. Can you all even see them other than the broken one? Maybe I won't wear them. You know. All right. Well, at least I'm wearing a red shirt, so that'll be festive enough for right now. So I hope you all have a good Christmas planned. So on these cards, let me tell you something. You can use last year's greeting cards, postcards if you choose to, or like I said, buy the gift cards brand new. It's all up to you. And let's say that you want to use last year's Christmas card, but you don't have the bottom part because it's been written on or whatever. You can use cardstock. So many ways to do these. I mean, so many types of paper. You can use newspaper. There are a few extra steps for newspaper. And if you all want me to do a live stream on that or a video on that, just let me know. Drop it in the comments. So let me show you what we're going to need. I'm going to use tissue paper to put in the box when it's finished. So, and of course, you're going to need cards. You're going to need some paper for the bottom of a card. If you decide that you want to use one that's used and you want to do some upcycling. Of course, you're going to want that portion. And I went ahead and got a couple of postcards because those are fun too. This you may or may not want to use for a Christmas box. You may want to use it for a birthday gift, or like I said, a thank you gift, anniversary, whatever you need it for. Same principles apply. So you're going to need that. Some clothespins, glue. I have a glue stick here that I like to use, but certainly you can use the white craft glue. Scissors, pencil, ruler. So your paper goods, scissors, pencil, ruler, glue, and clothespins. If you don't want to use glue, you can use tape. Very simple, and it's just completely versatile. So let me pull this laptop down so you can see what I'm fixing to do. If you have any comments, just drop those down. I'm sorry, if you have any questions, just drop those down in the comment section. Or if you're here in the chat, drop it down in the chat. We'll hop to it. Whoops. All right. Well, it seems so easy when I practice these things. I really did practice getting this set up. Okay. Did she just say no? I did not say that. Excuse you, Gayle. Ha ha. I may have said that, but the kind of top you're talking about is not the kind of top I would do. Okay. Laptop. Okay. So this is super simple. You're going to be amazed. You really are. I'm telling you here. So Christmas card. Cut it down the middle. First things first. Get your top and your bottom. Then take a ruler. You want to go corner to corner. And you're going to mark an X. Now, I'm going to mark a heavy X. But lightweight is better. I just want to make sure you all can see this. So, big X there in the center coming up because you're going corner to corner. And you just want to find the center point of the card. That is all you are doing. X marks the spot, right? X marks the spot. There we go. Now, folding. This is super simple. You may want to use a ruler. That's fine. Anything you want to do is fine. Let me pull up. I've got something knocking at the door. Hold on just a second. I'm so sorry. Okay. He left. I don't know if that was Pipsy or Sir Fluffy. So, all you got to do to fold the card is take the bottom edge to the center dot, fold it down to make a good crease. You want a good sharp crease. So you may want to use your glue stick lid, your ruler, whatever you've got that will accomplish the job. That's all you need to do. Now I'm sharing these because a lot of people are tight this Christmas. They're really having to have a cheap Christmas, so they're having to look for cheap gifts. Okay, and on the long edge here, you fold it down into the center as well. And this is a project, if you've got kids, the kids can help with it. Now this is actually the bottom of the box, so we've got an extra little step here that we're going to do. And that is, we're just going to trim it just a tiny bit. Because you want your box to be, the bottom to be just a little smaller than the top. So we're just going to take a little off all around here. Not a lot. Try to keep it as uniform as possible. You may want to measure it. And I usually go about 1/8 of an inch off all around. And you can do this before you start trimming, folding your card, before you start making that X. It's your box. There's not really a wrong way to do anything. Now, those of you, we're doing the top now, folding down to the center. Those of you who have come in and are watching, don't forget to give me a like on the video, on the live stream. Video if you catch it afterwards. And do subscribe if you haven't already for travel, lifestyle, and service dog adventures. And part of lifestyle is doing some projects, whether you're going to do projects for your RV or van, home, office. You're likely to find that on this channel, sometimes cooking, sometimes product reviews, all kinds of fun lifestyle things. And I got to tell you, these gift boxes that we're making, these are really good if you want to do something in a small space. So studio apartments, RV, van, you could do it in the van. I'm taking a lot of space here because I'm doing the live stream. I would not if I was doing it for realsies. So see, on this dark X, it's just not going to erase well. So if you're doing it for yourself, do a light X. So now we've got these two pieces. What we're going to do is we are going to cut along on the short side. We're going to cut along the fold to the fold going across. So it's one cut. One cut right along that fold line. Same thing with the bottom part. And these are really easy to fold too. The postcards here in a minute, they're a lot harder to fold. So you've got the cuts made. Now all you're going to do is take two flaps, fold them in, bring them in, take the bottom short flap and fold it over. Again, make a good sharp crease. Tuck them in. Again, on the other side. Fold it over. Make a good sharp crease. You've already got the bottom part of your box. So now, just add a little drop of glue at the top of the flap that you folded over. Undo it. Add a little drop of glue. Don't use hot glue for this. Hot glue will gum it up and it's not going to fold back well. Okay. Let's press that along. Take your clothespin, that side, and now get ready to do this one. You can use short clothespins, long clothespins, whatever you want. Put the glue right along there. Fold it, clothespin, and just set that aside to dry. You're going to do the same thing right here on the top again. So tuck it in, fold it over. There we go. So what kind of Christmas DIY crafts are you all doing? I would love to know. Plus, I'm always looking for ideas. I didn't get this one folded in that well. There we go. Little dab of glue. And again, you know, if you've got kids, this is something kids can help you with. But just because we're doing a craft with paper, that doesn't mean it's necessarily a kid's craft. It can be an adult craft. We're going to do some more crafting, some upcycling, so forth. I first saw these at the craft show. I thought they were so cute. It was a woman who was doing jewelry like I do. And she was doing these instead of gift boxes. And it was just so cute. I say that a lot. I know, cute. All right, here we go. So let's just try it with a postcard. Okay. First things first, you're going to want to cut a piece of cardstock to go with the bottom of the postcard. So let me get that. If you don't have cardstock, let's say you've got watercolor paper, you can use that. Any kind of just firm paper. So cardstock, watercolor paper, or so forth. Okay. And I just trace it. Line up the edges nice and even, just like so. I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow too. I think maybe we're going to try putting up the Christmas tree in the office. I have not done that this year. So I'm a little late, but I did look it up, and in an Italian culture, it's not uncommon to wait until the 8th of December. Now, we'll talk about why tomorrow. But there's a reason. There's always a reason for everything. So now, before we go too much farther down the line on this one, I'm just going to go ahead and trim it, trim the bottom part before we get started. So, And I'm just going to use the ruler this time and try to make a straighter edge. The more you cut off, the looser the box is going to be. So I am taking about 1/8 of an inch off. And again, this is the bottom, so it's the cardstock. And you're going to find out too that the cardstock is a lot easier to fold than the postcard is going to be. Try to make your edges just as straight as you possibly can. It does matter, but it's not the end of the world. All right, so story on this postcard, I was in Corazozo, New Mexico, and in the businesses there in Corazozo, they give out the postcards for free. So there is some writing on the back because they want you to use it, obviously, for a postcard. But in this case, I'm going to use it as a gift box. I've got a friend that loves to travel, so I thought this would be a really cute gift box for her. So I'm doing a light line there. Light line there. And again, we're going to fold it just like we did the other one. Start with the short end. Fold it up to that center dot where the lines cross. Mash it down. And you're going to need a good firm edge on this. So don't hesitate to use whatever you need to. Ruler, glue stick, what have you. Back again to the center. Line it up straight as you possibly can. Sharp edge, sharp edge, sharp edge. And the same with the long sides. Right up to that center point. And hi and welcome. I see we've got some watchers in. Do go ahead and give me a like on the video when you get to that point. Like on the live stream, I mean. Okay, again, we're going to come over and we are just going to cut along this fold down to, I'm cutting the short side. And we're just going to go down to the other fold. Get on this one. Short end again. Down to the fold. So just that fast, we are at the top of our box. So take the flaps and fold them in. And fold the other end flap up over the two that you've tucked in. There you go. You're going to want to secure it with glue or tape. You could use a staple, but I think that's going to ruin the look of the box. But you could. Just don't, like I said, don't use hot glue because that will just make life difficult. Yeah, go to the other end. Tuck it in, the two flaps, fold the other one on top and over. These are fun to do too, I'm here to tell you. So has anybody in here heard from Busy Lady? She left a message saying that she wasn't feeling well. I just wonder how she's doing. I'm going to touch base with her after, but if you're in here and you know how she's doing, let me know. Okay, so flaps over. Now we're just going to take our clothespins again. Pull the flaps down just like that. And we're going to set it aside. So that's going to dry. We're going to work on the bottom part. Again, we got to make our X. X marks the spot. And then because we did a light X, we're going to be able to erase it. It's not going to be a problem there. Okay, come across, light. Now, again, fold it toward the center. This is cardstock, so it's a lot easier to fold than the postcard, but the postcard is just, it's a really nice, it's a unique item. It's just a unique part of the gift, especially if you're doing a DIY Christmas gift or an upcycle Christmas gift or a recycle. We're not talking about regifting. We're talking about using recycled materials. Okay, there you go. I'm going to go ahead and erase this because I don't need it anymore. Okay, cut. Flap down to the fold. Along the fold, down to the fold. There we go. There we go. Now, again, tuck these in. Take the top, fold it over. Tuck them in, top, fold over. Glue. Hi, everyone. Welcome. It's good to see you. Go ahead and dive into the chat. We'd be glad to hear from you. And do go ahead and give me a like on the live stream. And don't forget to subscribe. We would welcome you to our group here. And for those of you who don't know, we do have a group on Facebook, and you're welcome to join us there. We love company. Okay, so folded it over, glued it down, used our clothespins. Let me show you what the other box looked like that we just did. Bottom, and it just tucks right in there. Just like so. That's all there is to it. And while this one's drying, we're going to do another one. And this one is going to be another postcard. So I want to show you how it's going to work with the offset, with the center design. Because you're going to want to do your very best to keep the center design in the center. Okay. Yeah. So again, we're just going to go around the edges here. We're just going to trace the postcard. Trace, trace, trace. So I'll have that. We're going to cut just as straight as we can. Now, if you've got a paper cutter, bless you. I do not. I'm using scissors. So far, the boxes have turned out okay. Nobody has complained. They're just nice, unique gift boxes. And when you're making them, they become part of the gift. I think more so than when you have the white store-bought gift boxes. Trim that. Make the X again. Just do it really lightly. You just want to mark that spot up from the side to the spot. If somebody wanted to, you could probably make a good Christmas song out of folding gift boxes, right? We went to our little Christmas parade and Christmas Day over at the next town over where I volunteer at Mountain City. It was really cute. I use that term so much. I need to come up with a better term. But it was really a nice day. They had a cookie table that the cookie club at the high school had done, and they were having a really fun time with it. So, okay, we've got the bottom. We're going to go ahead and cut this. I'm sorry, erase this. And then we're going to cut again, just right along the fold to the center. If you all heard that bump, that really was Sir Fluffy that time. I recognize his bumping. My husband's watching him during the live streams for me. I don't want a problem like we had the other night where he came in and knocked my phone, tripod, everything, just winding. That was a mess. I was really afraid he was going to break something. And what I was worried about him breaking was the toys that I'm buying for the kids over in Johnson County. They're still helping hurricane victims or hurricane survivors. And part of that this year is getting help for the kids. I don't know if they're going to do that again next year or not. We'll see, but the family still needed it this year. All right, glue. Again, tuck them together again and fold over. Glue again. White glue, school glue. Not hot glue. Hot glue just makes it too thick. Fold it in. Oops, I'm going to have to add another little bit. No, I got it. If you don't want to use glue, you can use tape, or you can do both. Hello and welcome. I see we've got some watchers. Go ahead and join us in the chat if you would like to. We would welcome you. And don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't done so already, we would welcome you to our channel. We're all about not letting life get in the way of living here. That's what be bodacious means. And part of that is making crafts sometimes. But we primarily do travel, lifestyle, and service dog videos. And as part of the lifestyle, we're doing some crafts just simply because a lot of people are having a hard time this Christmas and trying to make the most out of our budget. So as part of that, I want to help people, and that's why we're showing the crafts. This is how to make a gift box out of postcards, Christmas cards, or you could do it out of cardstock. Whatever you have that you would like to use. So it's unique. No two are going to be alike when you start doing postcards and so forth, because sometimes your folds are going to be a little different, but it just makes for a unique gift box. People are not going to go out and they're not going to buy a cute little gift box like this. Just make sure that when you do it, all of your edges are sharp. This is a postcard, and the design is in the center. It is from the Wright Brothers Memorial. You're not going to get the entire memorial on the postcard, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what it could look like if you did a card. And we're going to cut on the short side we're going to cut right along the fold up to that center fold, or not center fold, the first fold, I mean. One single cut, nice and smooth and easy. This is a great budget DIY box craft. I'm going to go ahead and erase the pencil. I did it very lightly, so see, there was no problems getting it to erase. It is gone. Poof. So now we're just going to take it and tuck these in, and we're going to fold the end flap over the two pieces that we've just tucked in. Same over here on the other side. Same thing, right over there, fold it over. Now you're going to want to secure it either with glue or tape, whichever you have. There's nothing, it's no wrong or right. It's whatever works. Now, one thing is you want to use craft glue or school glue. If you use the glue guns, it can come up and get real thick. So I don't recommend that. So stick to the glue that you would use for paper crafts, because that's what you're doing. And I'm doing all kinds of DIY cheap Christmas gift ideas because we're all, kind of watching our pennies this year, or everybody I know is. And so these are unique gift boxes. And I'm going to go ahead and use clothespins on this one just to hold the flaps down till they can set up a little bit. I think this one's okay. This card is from Corazozo, New Mexico. They give these out for free. But the design just lent itself really well to a cute little travel-themed, unique gift box. So now I'm going to go into another Christmas card. And we're going to use this one. And I'm just going to show you how to make the card. So first things first, cut it down the center. You want both halves. And hello and welcome tonight. Do go ahead and join us into the chat if you would like to. And if you have any questions about it, don't hesitate. Throw your questions in the chat. I'll be glad to answer them. So on this, it's the bottom. So what you want to do is you want to trim some. And I'm just going to make as straight of a line as possible because your bottom has to fit inside the top box. And I'm going about 1/8 of an inch all the way around just to get that trimmed. Whoops. So again, trim, trim, trim. And I got these Christmas cards in case you didn't hear. The regular white gift boxes that you would get at the store for like jewelry and stuff, or on Amazon, the ones that I've seen are running $1 and up. So the Christmas cards, making boxes out of those turns out to be a lot more economical because I got a box of 28 Christmas cards for $3. So huge budget saver there. It's just a budget friendly DIY craft that's great at Christmas because it's just a really unique gift box. And when I'm making jewelry, I like to give everything in a box because I said the other night, something magical just happens when you put your jewelry pieces in the gift box. It just really pumps up the value of the gift. And if you didn't see the live stream, I made some very pretty, economical earrings to give out this year as Christmas gifts. Those are good gifts for women or girls. There we go. So the X I made in here to mark the center. And I'm just going to fold the ends into the center, sharp crease. So I've got the glue stick for that. Again, to the center. Line the edges up now. Don't make them crooked. If you make them crooked, when you go to fold the box, it won't be as pretty. So you're just going to that little center portion, that little spot where the X comes together. Whoops, I almost got that one crooked. Hold on. Emergency. Okay. To the center again with the other side. These are just so easy. Can you all think of any crafts that are easier than this one? Let me know. Drop that in the comments. So I've got that one all folded. I'm going to go through right now. I'm going to erase the X. I did it lightly so it's easy to erase. See? Can't see it at all, can you? Okay. Take your scissors, and we're going to cut across along that fold edge right there, and you're going to stop at the next fold. So see, just like that. That's going to make the flap to your box. Same thing on the other side and on the other end. We are making the bottom of our box. Straight down to that fold. And then we're just going to take our flaps and tuck them into each other, folding the top up to the flap and over. See, we're going to do that on this end. Tuck the flaps, fold the end flap up and over. So you want to secure these flaps. Either use tape or glue, whichever one you have, whichever one you like better. It's just up to you. You could staple it. I think I mentioned that earlier. But if you staple it, it's just going to look funny. So I prefer glue. Some people may prefer stapling, and that is a-okay. Really, it's whatever works best for you. And now this is cute because it's going to leave this really nice Christmas message on the bottom of the box. That just adds a little something too, you know. There's the message right there inside the box. So if you wanted to get really fancy with this, you could sign your name here on the bottom of the box if you want to. That would certainly add. Or you could write a hidden message in the bottom of the box. Wouldn't that be fun? So now to the top of the box. Happy holiday. Again, just take the ruler. And if you don't have a ruler handy, just use a straight edge. Whatever you have, that's a nice straight edge. Use that because what you're doing is just finding the center, because we all know X marks that spot. That's what every pirate treasure map has, right? That big X. That's what we got. So again, just like before, fold the short side up to that dot, sharp edge, Short side up to the dot again. Short edge, sharp edge, up to the center dot with the long ends or long sides. Hello and welcome to you all who are in visiting today. We appreciate it. Don't forget to give me a like and please join if you have not done so. Okay, sharp edge. And we're coming up to the dot again with the long edge. And we're just going to make sure it's nice and sharp. Again, open it up. Da, 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 da. Erase the X. Which is easy to do because we made it real light, remember? Always light. In with the scissors. For those of you who are just coming in, you just want to stop at this fold right up here. Once you get the hang of this, they are really fast to make. I can do one in just a little over 2 minutes, but I've been doing it for years. So that does help. Okay, and again, we're going to tuck the flaps together, bring this up, and fold it over. I did have to get the other flap out of the way there. You want this edge to be sharp too, because if it's not, you're going to have problems with it staying folded when you go to add glue in a minute. Tuck, 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 up, over, fold. Yeah. And now we're going to go in with our glue. And we're going to fold it up and over again, except this time it's got the glue on it. You can use tape. If you want to get fancy, you can use colored tape or patterned tape. That's all up to you. And now this one's going to need some help. So we're going to use the clothespins just to keep that secured while it dries. I'm going to tuck them in at an angle there because you catch more of the box when you put the clothespins at an angle. But that's what the top is going to look like. It says Holiday North Pole Bakery on it. And when you have made gift boxes like this, you don't have to wrap them. So not only are you saving money over purchasing the gift boxes individually at a craft store, but you're also saving money. You don't have to buy gift wrap. So it really makes it, it's budget friendly. It's just an economical gift. Now let's slide these in together. This is the one for Corzozo, New Mexico that made just a cute travel themed gift box. It slides in nice and smoothly with the bottom. This one does as well. I've got to fix the corner there. Okay, so if you don't fold it down well and sharp, then you can have a little problem like I've gotten into where this doesn't want to fit in smoothly. So I'm going to have to go back and sharpen that up. And then it'll fit in more smoothly. I got it in there. It just needs to be, I feel like, just a little smoother sliding in and out. So let's look at the one from the Wright Brothers Memorial. Again, you don't have the full design on this. But again, it's a little travel themed gift box. Slide the bottom in. Whoops. And there you go. There you go. So there's just all kinds of ways that you can do it. But let's say you don't have any gift cards. You can't make it because it's just gift cards and all you've got is cardstock. Well, do not worry. Do not fear. For you can use cardstock alone, my dear. So I thought I'd show you, it's the same thing. Go ahead and cut your cardstock into the size that you need. You're going to want rectangles. So I went ahead and I cut this. So I'm going to need to trim one of the pieces down. These are a lot easier to fold because it's a little bit lighter weight, but it still gives you a good box. And on this, I'm going to come in about 1/4 inch because I don't have to worry about keeping a design centered on this one because it's just plain. So I'm just going to trim that real quick. So let's say you have cardstock, but you don't want just a plain gift box. No problem. You can color it. You can watercolor it. You can add stickers. You can even decoupage some things down on the top and bottom of these boxes. There's no limit. The only thing you are limited by is your creativity. And if you're making these gift boxes, you have got creativity because you're not going to be watching a video like this if you aren't a creative person. So again, when you make the X, make it light. Light, light, light. Because you want this center point. That's all you're looking for is that center point. Now, if you're into paper crafts, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, they sell paper by the sheet. So if you really wanted to do some with purchased paper that for greeting cards, you can go and buy it per sheet, in which case what I suggest is that you get one that's patterned all over with a small pattern. It's just a little easier. Especially if you're new at it, because then you're not worrying about cutting as straight and things like that. So that's an option. Walmart's an option. Watercolor paper, any kind of artist paper, anything like that you can use. So this that we're folding is cardstock. And we do it the exact same way for all of the boxes of this style. Now, later in the week, we're going to be doing some newspaper crafts and making some projects out of those that you can give as gifts. Yes, I did say newspaper. So we've got that folded and cut. Again, just erase. Just make that X go away. Ta-da. Then again, tuck, tuck. Fold over. And I am going to show you on this one, on this box, what it looks like with the staples. Just because I want you to walk away from this video with a good sense of how it can look. So we've got that folded. I'm going to come in with a stapler. I'm going to put the stapler so that the sharper points are going inside the box. You put it where you want to. It's your box. Play around with it. Get it the way you want it. Again, tucking the edges in and folding it over. Again with the stapler. You do want to make sure that you've got the flap caught. So just watch that when you go to staple it, but then you know that, right? Okay, and again, center. So what do you all think? Is this something that you think you're going to want to make? Put that in the comments. Put that in the chat box if you're here during the live. So there's the X. And you can also make these into Christmas ornaments. For that, what you would do is fold the box the same way as you would for anything else and just glue a ribbon to the top so you can hang it on the tree. And then you've got a gift box Christmas ornament. See, there's just all kinds of things you can do. Long side. Whoops. Got that one just a touch more crooked than I like, so it's going to look fine though. Don't worry. And again, oh, that's just an odd noise. That's the texture of the paper that's making that noise. Straight down to the fold. Stop at the fold. Tuck the ends. And then fold over. Whoops. I did a miscut on this, so I've got to go through and fix that. It just looked a little crooked. That's all. And it's probably fine. Like, nobody's probably going to notice that but me. But the thing is, I am OCD enough that I know it's there and it's going to bother me. So, okay. That's much better. And you all probably didn't even notice. Okay. For the top. Now I can't get my hands to work right. Okay, I am cutting it to where it's straighter. I don't know why. These things just, I don't aim for perfection, but I sort of do. Anyway, so we're just going to fold those flaps in, fold the end up, fold it over. And again, on this box, I'm stapling it. Because if I don't, I know somebody's going to say, why didn't you staple it? And I want you to come away with a good sense of how the boxes are. Okay, and there we go. And this is the plain one. So again, you can decorate it however you want to. And the bottom just slides right into the top, just like that. How's that for easy peasy? Y'all want me to do one more? I see we've got some more people that have come in. Okay. I am going to go ahead and do another one for you all that just came in so you can see how they're done. We've used postcards as well as Christmas cards. Cut that one a little bit too loose. The postcards as well as Christmas cards. And this is a Christmas card. We've talked about the fact that when you make them like this, you do not have to buy gift wrap. So that's another way that you save money. Plus, they have their own charm. They have some charisma. And if you don't want patterned card or you don't have Christmas cards and you need to make boxes, this is just cardstock. That's all this is. Really super, super, super quick, cheap, and easy. We're going to do one more. Then we're going to call it a night. Let's do fa la la. I'm going to move this mouse too. Watch me knock it over. Okay. Again, first things first, take your card, open it up. We are going to cut this thing down the middle. The bottom of the card has to be smaller than the top, so we trim. Oh, look, this has given us a nice bit of trim to follow, so we're going to use that. And we're just going to cut along the line right inside of it, just as straight as we can. All the supplies that you need for these are your cards or paper, scissors, glue, and a ruler, or something you can use as a straight edge. And I do find that clothespins are very helpful. Okay. Well, we just trimmed the bottom of it. Now, we use the ruler to make the X. And this is a good way to recycle Christmas cards from last year. But if you don't have any, you can buy some. I picked mine up at the Dollar General. They were a box of 28 for $3. Okay. And when you line up the ruler, you're going just from corner to corner. What you're wanting is to make an X in the middle of it, just like it was a pirate's map, right? Because you want to see this center dot, and you are going to fold your greeting card up to that center. You're going to use something to make the edge nice and sharp. Again to the center dot. And then we're going to unfold it, and we're going back again on the long side of the card. Again, keep those creases nice and sharp. So if you need to use the handle of your scissors, a glue stick, a ruler, whatever you need, just make sure it's sharp, because it makes it so much easier when you go to fold the box together. So there we are. Now we're just going to cut short side in, and we're going to stop at the fold. You're going to cut along the fold, but you're going to stop once you get to the crossways fold. Super easy, super. It's just a really easy craft that's budget friendly, that just adds to your gift. So take the two flaps, tuck them in together. Take this flap on the end, you can see it's taller. Fold it over the two flaps that you just tucked together. And you're going to see a little message there on the inside, bottom of your card. Same on the other side. We're just going to tuck, fold this over. You can see it's taller. So what do you all think about writing and adding to the message inside the card? Oh, and I see that I messed up. I didn't erase my X. And for these fasten down with tape, or we're going to use some glue. The lady that I got the idea from at the craft show, she must have had 100 of these made up. And she used them instead of gift boxes, and it really helped her booth stand out better because people were talking about the boxes. And she was showing us in her booth how to make these. So it really gave her something practical, but a fun thing to demo. Okay. And I'm using clothespins to help hold it. This is the bottom of the box. This will be the top. Go corner to corner with your ruler. X marks the spot. Do it lightly. Fold your card to the center point. Hi, welcome. We've got some extra people that have come in again. People are going in and out tonight, which is fine. I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. I do some travel, lifestyle, and service dog videos. So I hope you'll stick around. We have a Facebook group as well. The name for the Facebook group is Gayle Vlogs, GAYLE VLOGS. Okay. So we went up to the center on the short. We're going to fold up on the sides. And we're doing some budget crafts right now because I think everybody this year for Christmas, at least all of my friends, we're all looking for budget-friendly DIY Christmas gifts, and these little boxes are part of it. So if you've not seen the other videos, check those out. right, so we have this folded. Now we're just going to go through and cut. Okay, but you're going to stop at that fold. Hey, Valerie, how are you doing? Are you feeling better? Continuing to feel better? Busy lady was in last night, and she's not feeling well either. Different reason. Okay. And just go straight to the fold. Cut straight to the fold. And then just go through and erase that X. Go away. Tuck the end together. You see this is taller than the two flaps when they're folded together. If they're not taller, you need to trim because something's wrong. This should always be taller than the flaps it's covering up. Make sure you have nice crisp edges on this too, even when you're folding, because it makes a difference. Again, fold that in. And you all, Valerie just got back from Peru. If you haven't seen the videos, you should go watch them. She's a neat lady. She was on a mission trip to Peru, so go support her. Go check her out. Okay. You're not liking the snow. Well, I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm sorry you're not liking the snow. I'm with you on that. It doesn't seem that we've had quite as much this year over here as we did last year, though, and I am grateful for that. How is your snow comparing? Would you say you have the same as usual? She's going to be doing a live at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and I can't read on the screen. Is that tomorrow night? Tuesday night. I'm trying to go live more often right now, but I will be ready and waiting and watching for your stream. I think tomorrow at some point I'm going to do a live stream and try to get my office decorated a little bit. Just nothing fancy, just putting the tree up. Because I've done nothing. Well, I can't say I've done nothing. I have bought Christmas presents for kids. But we don't have our tree or anything done. The snow is early this year, she says. She says she got about 3 inches. I wouldn't say that our snow is early. And I'm glad for that because we got enough snow last year. I'm good forever. We had it, let's see, we had it before mid-October last year. And I think we had it, I think our first snow flurries, I think that was like the end of October. Like Halloween or around that. Okay. Yeah. So there's that one. And with it being a brand new Christmas card, it's got that cute little message inside saying, la 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 la, deck the halls with family and friends this Christmas. I guess I need to hold it right side up so you can see that. So in the time it's taken me to do the live stream, with me talking, which always takes me longer to do anything when I'm talking, we've gotten several boxes done. But what we haven't talked about yet is what to put inside the boxes before we put our gift. And there's a lot of ways you can do this. You can cut a piece of quilt batting to go inside of it. You can even use the bubble wrap that you get sometimes with Amazon boxes, or you can use a piece of tissue paper. So just kind of cut it to go the width of your box. I'll do it down here so y'all can see it easier. I'm just going to make a little mark is all I'm going to do, just to kind of get me started. And again, try to keep it straight. I am not good at keeping things straight. So if you are like me and you don't do well keeping things straight, if you've got a paper cutter, use a paper cutter. I'm terrible at keeping things straight, but fortunately I have friends who are very forgiving. So nobody has ever come back and said, hey, you really did a terrible job cutting that. Except for some of my watchers. You all know who you are. Okay. So then, just take the paper and fold it up. No big. When it gets to the size you want, slide it into the box just to kind of cushion whatever you're going to put inside of it. And in our case, we're going to use some of the earrings that I made on the live stream a couple of nights ago. Those look like a matched pair. I made several pairs because making the earrings is another cheap, fast DIY project that you can use for Christmas. So that's what we're doing. But there's the earrings. Aren't they pretty? Valerie, I hear you. I also would be good with no snow. I don't mind it if it comes and it snows and it's around for a few hours. But when it hangs around, forget it. So there you are. And it's sliding around because I use tissue paper, and that's okay. If you have fabric and you want to cut a little piece of fabric, go for it. But there you are. Tape the edges, put a bow on it, and you do not have to gift wrap it because you've used pretty. I started to say pretty paper, but pretty cards is what I'm trying to get out. Sorry, folks. It's been a long week. Long day. And so there we are. And Valerie, you travel, you're going to appreciate this. This card is a postcard that I picked up in Corozzo, New Mexico. And I used it and cardstock to make the gift card. So just a plain piece of cardstock for the bottom and the postcard for the top. Also, I have the Wright Brothers Memorial postcard for the top and cardstock for the bottom. Boom. All right, so let me set this computer back up so I can actually see you all. Well, okay. What did you think? Is this a craft that you would consider doing? I know Valerie is saying cool boxes. So, I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm doing several of these. I think our next craft that we're going to do is going to focus around newspaper. So how to do newspaper rolls and things that you can make out of those for those super last minute gifts. And then I've got some general vlogs and things coming up. So I hope you all will tune in for more great things here on this channel. Valerie, appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate the people that have just come in. So hi and welcome. Spider-Man is saying we got snow too. Now, how about paper airplanes? You know, actually, we can do that. And I'll tell you why. I was having a conversation just randomly in the store, and I was buying a bunch of several airplanes for the kids that I'm buying Christmas for. My husband and I were talking, and just as you do when you're in line, and we're walking up to the front of the store, and my husband said something about making paper airplanes, and this kid in front of us turns around and he's like, "You can make airplanes out of paper?" And we're like, "Well, not real ones, but they're kind of model airplanes." But you know, his parents had never made those with him. His mom was there in line with him. And she's like, "Oh, you know, we should try making those sometimes." And then she was talking about how she used to like to make paper airplanes when she was a kid. I mean, like, can you believe that he had no idea? So we should talk about paper airplanes. That would be fun. I don't know if we can do them for Christmas though. But for those of you who just came in, Peter was saying that we could do paper airplanes, and that might be something fun. They've actually had, when I was, I don't know, late teen, there was actually a kids museum that had an upper floor with a balcony. And so they had a paper airplane flying contest and had prizes for, I think it was the biggest dud. That was like the ones that didn't fly at all. And then the farthest flight. And I've heard that's been a long time. We've moved since then, and it was a lot of fun. And everything was all really upbeat, and they had the paper for kids to fold and stuff like that. You're bringing up all these memories. That was a lot of fun. I think we had more fun as kids than these kids today. I got really tickled when we went to service dog school. There was a sibling of one of the folks there that was getting the service dog. And every time we would go to look for her on break, she was up in the tree. And I just thought that was really neat because, you know, when you talk to kids today, they don't talk about going out and climbing the nearest tree. So, yeah. It's a paper airplane, something for me to think about. So, anyway, thank you all for coming in tonight. I hope you've had a great night. I hope you have a great week. Peter was reminding us that Christmas is coming up just around the corner, basically. And I hope you enjoy it. Hope I will see you before then. But if I don't, have a Merry Christmas and some fabulous holidays. Thanks for watching. I will see you all on the next one. Good night, everyone.